Okay, guys, we're going to finish up today with pyramids. So we're getting into a pyramid where the measurement I give you from the top isn't the slant height and isn't the height, it's the lateral edge. Now, I decided to make this one a little bit harder and not give you a square base. This is a hexagonal pyramid because remember, the base can be anything. So far I've given you only squares, which is like the easiest example of all of them. So we're going to go a little harder here, and it's going to be harder because when you look at what I gave you, like I said, I can give you one of three measurements from the top. I can give you the height, which comes dead down in the middle to right here. I didn't give you that. I can give you the slant height, which comes down the middle of one of the sides of the triangles. I didn't give you that. I gave you the lateral edge. So you want to do this every time. Identify what I give you so that you don't accidentally use that in one of the formulas. Okay, so let's get into this one. All right, so first we're looking at lateral area. So we know that lateral area is 1/2 PL. So it's 1/2 the perimeter of the base times the slant height. Now, the base is a hexagon, 6 sides, and they're all 7. So that's pretty easy. Just 7 times 6, because you got 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, 7, and that'll be 42. So hopefully not a big deal right there. Next one is the slant height. Now, you don't have slant height. You have lateral edge. So you have to remember that, you got to find the things that you need. So don't go putting 32 in there because that is definitely not 32. So now we're going to go back to the two triangles we created. Here's our notes from the other day. Here's the thing that makes lateral edge the hardest. If you look at the two triangles, slant height is in both of them. It's there in triangle 1 and it's there in triangle 2. Now you've got to decide which one you're going to use, triangle 1 or triangle 2, and that's not hard because you have to go by what it is I gave you. I gave you the lateral edge. Only one of them has lateral edge. So this is going to be a triangle number 1 problem to find your L. So we're going to do that. So here's triangle number 1, which is this triangle right here. If I come down the middle right there in red, that's your L. This is half of the 7 because the whole thing's 7. So this would be 3.5. And then there's your 32, and you're going to do Pythagorean theorem. So let me draw that down here. So there's your L, the one that comes down at the 9-degree angle. There's your lateral edge, the hypotenuse. And this 3.5 is half of the 7. So 3.5. And now we're just doing Pythagorean theorem, and you will have L, and you'll be done the first one. So we got L squared plus 3.5 squared equals 32 squared. And now I'm just going to use a calculator. So get this over here. So I need 32 squared minus 3.5 squared. Give me that number. Then I'm going to take the square root of that, and I get 31.8. So there's your L, 31.8. 31.8. So that can go up here. And now you have your lateral area. Just need to, do your multiplying. So what we got? Clear all that out. Turn this contrast down a little bit. 0.5 times 42 times 31.8. And there's lateral area. 667.8. Okay. Now we go to total area. So that is lateral area plus the area of the base. Now, this is 100% more difficult than the other ones were. Because like I said, all the other ones we did, the base was a square. So you just did length times width. This base is a hexagon. So you're going to have to find the area of that hexagon. So I'm going to redraw the base down here by itself, down here at the bottom, so we can look at just the base. So it's a hexagon, 6 sides. There we go. And we know all the sides are 7. And I've got to find the area of that. The formula for that area is 1/2 perimeter times apothem. I know the perimeter already. 7 times 6 is 42. I do not know the apothem. So we've done this a bunch. You guys are now going to have to set up that right triangle that we set up inside here and find the apothem. So here we go. Here's the right triangle. Put a dot in the middle. We come straight down. That's the apothem. We go to the corner. That's the radius. This will be half of the 7, 3.5. And then you'll find that angle, which is half the central angle. So the central angle, 360 divided by 6, 60. So that's a 30-degree angle. And now you can do trig. So we've done this a lot. You guys should be good at this by now. We've done it with hexagons and heptagons and pentagons, all the different gons, octagons. So now I'm going to do trig right here to find A. I'll put it in here and I'll be good to go. So this is going to be a tangent problem right over here. I got tangent of 30 equals 3.5 over A. These two are going to switch. And I'm going to have my, oops, sorry about that, guys. I didn't realize you couldn't see it. And I'm going to have my apothem. So what do we got here? We got 3.5 divided by the tangent of 30, and that is 6.1. Put that in there, and that is the area of your base. So now I got 6.1 here. Put all that in your calculator, and you will be done. So we got 0.5 times 42 times 6.1 gives me a base of 128.1. 28.1. Okay, so now I'm good. Now I can go back up and finish up this problem. So that's the big B down there. That goes here, 128.1. We're going to add them together, and we'll be done with total area. So we got to add 667.8 to that. And you get 795.9. All right, last one is volume. So volume is 1/3 big B, which we have, times H, which we don't have. So I got 1/3. Big B is right here, so you don't have to do that over again. Times the height. You don't have the height. So now you have to create triangle number 2. Remember triangle number 2 from your notes. That's the one that has height in it. So it's going to be the height, the apothem, and the slant height is going to what you're going to use to find height. So let me do that here on the side. Triangle number 2. A lot of work for this one, guys. So here's the actual triangle you're going to do. I'm going to go back up to the figure so you can see it. The height comes straight down. So that's height. Goes right to the middle there. Then you're going to go from here over to there to the slant height. That is the apothem, because it goes from the middle to the middle of a side, just like it did down here in this figure. When you go from the middle point to the middle of the side, that's known as the apothem. So that's triangle number 2 right there. Height, apothem, slant height. So height is what I don't know. I know the apothem because I found it down here, 6.1. And then this is the slant height, which I found right here, 31.8. Do your Pythagorean theorem, find your height, put it in here, and then we put it right here, and then we'll be done. So Pythagorean theorem, 8 squared plus 6.1 squared equals 31.8 squared. Go to your calculator, and we're almost done. 31.8 squared minus 6.1 squared gives me that. I'll take the square root of that number, and there is your height, 31.2. Throw that up here, in for height, and you are going to be done the problem. So volume equals, multiply it all together, and that is